Welcome to the week ahead astrology for the first week of December 2025. It's a good week. In fact, it's the only good week in the month of December. So you want to be ready to harness it and enjoy it. What makes it such a great week, guys? We have trines all over the place. And those are auspicious energies of flow, ease, grace, and goodness. We have Jupiter trine Saturn. Hallelujah. I'll talk about that all week long. We have Venus sextile Pluto, the power of love and the love of power. And we also have Mercury trine Jupiter. And the sky opens up a glorious vibration, even a big water energy playing out in such a way that all of us are going to feel pretty good about the first 7 days of December. With a caveat, we have a lunation coming up on December the 4th. It is going to be an importantly intense energy because it is going to activate the eclipse of September the 7th. And therefore, it's taking cue from an eclipse cycle. If you want to go back and say what happened after the September 7th eclipse, for one thing, somebody was unalived, right? CK, I'm not going to say his name. Algorithmic suppression. And there's going to be more of that playing out. It's going to intensify that story. It's going to take another dramatic turn in the world as we see this energy happening in our heavens, where the actual nodes of fate are squaring this moon in Gemini that will be full. So you can expect some intensity. Also, the full moon in Gemini is taking cue from the end of May last year, 2025, same year. New moon, new beginning. And what happened in the wake of that end of May new moon was the United States went into military action against Iran. And we might just see this pivot back to stories to do with Iran. Now, the thing about every lunation, new and full, is even though the moon is happening in the middle of a gloriously positive week at 15 degrees of Gemini on December 4th, and I've already got a video out about that, so go watch it for your sign. We're not going to cover that again. The moon itself doesn't always show you events right away. Like the new moon at the end of May, it was like in sometime in June, mid-June, that the United States went to participate in a war against Iran. So I'm saying it's seeding a fulfillment of themes that connect to the CK event, that connect to Iran, that we may see tumble forward. And it doesn't have to be even just Iran. Where does the United States get into military action? Right away, I think of Venezuela, for example. So those are stories that will tumble forth from the December 4th full moon, and could even tumble more likely into the week of December 7th to the 14th, when we have a hugely intense sky. And in fact, most of December is full of squares and oppositions from about December the 8th to the end of the month. The only good news I like about December is we got Mercury direct motion at last, right? And that's been a challenge. And Neptune will go direct as well. In fact, we had 5 planets retrograde in November, where we have only 2 planets by beyond the December 10th retrograde, which is Jupiter and Uranus, I think, or Uranus. Yes, because Saturn went direct at the end of November. So all said and done, it's going to feel better because things are going forward and we have clarity. But the first week is positive. I don't think we're going to feel so rough about that new moon on the 4th, because I'm telling you, December 1st to the 7th is good. The moon plants a challenging angle in the sky, squaring the south and north node, bending the nodes of fate, particularly the north node bending. And we may see some turbulence there as well. Probably not on December 4th. Maybe 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 to 6 days later, we'll see some evidence for what I'm speaking about. Okay. If you're new here, hi, my name is Lori Lothian, and I'm using the Western Tropical Zodiac. Whole sign houses, fixed stars are my cup of tea. I will bring asteroids in, the minor asteroids, when I see something really cool to share with you. Also want you to consider that my 2026 video bundle is still for sale. If you missed the pre-sale price, which I was creating it in November and delivered to your inbox on December 1st, check your emails, email me if you didn't get it, then I am now still selling it, but it's no longer $44. It's $55 for 12 videos, 2+ hours each long. So more than 24 hours of video content, a PDF guidebook for the whole year ahead, for just a general overview of the year, but it's handy. It's a great tool. And the videos are audio and video downloadable. Plus you can just watch the hidden replay link or the hidden unlisted link on my channel. And if you like that kind of thing to navigate 26, grab it now. Well, it's still at $55 because in January it goes up to its final price of $66. And you can get your sign for $33. Yes, because I put 2.5 hours into it. It's $33. Why don't you get the All Signs bundle? Share with friends and family. It's a great stocking stuffer for Christmas. You're going to get a PDF page, and that has got links to download and access everything else. Okay. So you're getting a 1-page PDF download, so you can just print it out or email it to friends and family. And that's a great gift for Christmas for people you love. Okay. Why sun, moon, and rising? Sun sign, your soul, your eternal nature. You're listening for your true self. The game player in the simulation, the actor who plays the role. What is the role? It's your rising sign. It's not the true you. It's your meat suit, your character, your body. It's how you show up. You know, look at the Leos with the big hair Trump and the big mane, the beard Vance, right? People look their sign sometimes. They certainly have the deportment and character. It's the role that the screenplay writer wrote for you. The actor is your sun, the soul. The role you play is your rising sign. And you need both, right? The light of our true essence has to shine through the character. Then your moon is how you think and feel about life. Are you, emo, depressed, anxious? What are your thoughts that churn all the time? And, if you ever had an out-of-body experience, I think I'll talk about out-of-body experiences. My outro is about out-of-body experiences. If you had a decent OBE, you know that your whole personality changes in terms of all the thinking, feeling, worries that you had, right? So we're going to talk about that at the end, about ways to get outside of the thinking, emotional complex that drags us down. It's not our friend. The Sufis say, thinking and feeling aren't the truth. It's the knowing heart, right? And the knowing heart comes from the soul. So your moon is that, but your moon is also your mother. Your sun is your father. The moon is your home. Sun is your career. If you're listening for your sun sign, it's most accurate for most people after the age of 44. I'm not going to explain why here. And before the age of 7. The moon sign is just really often how you're emotionally relating to what's happening in your life or how you're feeling and thinking about it. But sometimes it connects to your home. Like when I had eclipses to my moon, my home changes every 18 years. There's always an eclipse to my moon, full eclipse to my moon, and it changes where I live in a dramatic way. Okay. Like I change countries and stuff. Okay. So I'm ready to start the week ahead. We're going to start with the idea of Jupiter trining Saturn, Venus sextiling Pluto, and Mercury trining Jupiter, and we're going to do your sign. For your sign, I'm going to focus on the Venus Pluto sextile December 1st to the 3rd, and touch lightly on the Mercury trine Jupiter from the 5th to the 7th. I'm just going to give you a vibration of how to handle that. And I'm going to pick a card to go along with that from the Spirit Oracle deck. I never ever drawn from this deck. I don't even use it myself, but it's got all these spiritual cards. And why would you want to pick spiritual advice? I'll tell you why. And it's just very short little expressions. Because Jupiter is guru, dispeller of darkness, exalted in Cancer. Downside, he's a little over the top, the moral sheriff, like the defense of home and homeland. But he is still Jupiter in Cancer. Okay? So all those ICE raids and the defensive homeland to get rid of foreigners or whatever, illegals, whatever you want to call it, very Jupiter in Cancer in the United States right now. And Cancer is the sun of the United States of America. So it's really activating a big part of the US psyche. But I would tell you that, for example, Jupiter will bring you truth with a capital T, like the truth of God, but even a small t. And a lot of going on now with Neptune, right, in the sign of Pisces, where truth is being obscured and Jupiter is trying to bring out truth. So, but Jupiter is also guru and teacher and wisdom and knowing and truth. And so we're going to use these cards to go with the vibration of Mercury trine Jupiter, Mercury in Scorpio, now direct as of the 29th of November, having a talk with Lord Jupiter. And what can you learn from that? What is the message you're going to receive inside and outside, right? Through synchronicities, because Mercury brings synchronicities, or through an email or a phone call. That's what we're going to go for, guys. Let me show you the sky so you know what it looks like, what you're dealing with here. This is just what the sky is looking like now as I'm recording. So we'll get rid of that and talk about moving us forward to a couple of days. If you didn't know this, I have a new membership platform here. I'm going to be doing live streams starting every Saturday in December and forever, where for a half an hour, I get to meet you guys, take your questions, talk astrology, and really be unplugged together. But also, I just did a recording today for people how to understand the Venus synodic cycle with Uranus and this energy that's playing out on the 28th, 29th of November when I'm recording. 28th, 29th, and 30th, because you want to know that. And that my members only got a free tutorial from me. That's, something I don't put on YouTube. So if you want to join my members community here, it's extremely affordable. It's like, I don't know, $4.99 Canadian, which might be $3 American. So please check out my new membership platform. I really love to see you there. All right. And I prioritize your comments. I like if you comment and I see that you commented, you get a little bit of a perk. I prioritize replying to you. Okay, so this is our sky. This is the Sunday, the 30th. And then we're going to talk about Monday, because that's what I do. I start my week ahead on Monday, and December the 1st. And you'll see the first thing you're noticing is Venus has moved into Sagittarius. That's something I'm going to cover in a video that I might put out on Thursday to talk more about that and give more all signs depth about it. But more importantly, the thing you're going to feel is Jupiter is trining Saturn. And all week long, you're feeling this sense of positive energy, because Jupiter in Cancer flowing to Saturn in Pisces. See, 24, 25 degrees, how beautiful that is. It's playing along in the background all week. And it feels a lot to me like you could say we are all finding hard work or perseverance or discipline leads to rewards and positive results. But because Jupiter is retrograde, it's the inner work as well as the outer work, the inner quest for truth and knowledge and wisdom and understanding of oneself. And Jupiter retrograde is also saying, well, perhaps some of the things that are working out for you because you're applying yourself, because you're working hard at it. And Saturn has just gone direct as of the 26th or 7th of the month of November. This could say things that go back in time a little bit, I'm going to now really apply my energy towards completing or working on as well. So it depends on your sign. We'll get to that when we get to that. But it's a feel-good vibe about rewards from discipline, perseverance, hard work, and the ability to put up positive boundaries where you need them that can be rewarding for you. Now, we also notice that Venus is going to talk with Pluto, and that happens pretty well on Monday right away, but it lingers all the way through as we move forward. You'll still feel the vibration here until December 3rd. And Venus in Sag flowing to Pluto in Aquarius is a very positive energy around love and the power of love and money and wealth. In essence, Venus is also really good in this kind of condition of Sagittarius of bringing more love, faith, hope, and optimism that things are going to work out. The sky is not falling, and she's with Mars and the sun to give her more boost. I will mention a little dirty secret. She's invisible. She's too close to the sun for us to see her. So she's working behind the scenes. I don't think you're going to say to yourself this week, probably not, like, wow, power of love, love of power. I get it, because Venus is doing this quietly. So there's many possible ways it could work out, because the United States is a Sag rising, right? It could be that there's diplomacy behind the scenes to contain a war, right? Because Venus is in the sign of missiles and flying projectiles, bow and arrows, and she's invisible and she's working undercover, secrets and hiding undercover in the underworld. Pluto very much looks like backroom diplomacy in attempts to contain war events. That would make sense to me, honestly. And likely it's the U.S. trying to make sure it doesn't go into complicity with the nation of IL in targeting the nation of Iran yet again. So there's something like that happening for sure, and the sun of the United States, the rising sign of the United States is here at 12 degrees of Sag, and sun is on the United States, and sun as a solar figure applying pressure to the identity of the U.S. It's not Trump, because Trump's a Gemini sun. I don't know who it is or what it is. Netanyahu is a Sag rising. And so there could be a pressure from Netanyahu to, dominating and energizing the United States as an identity. And yet I think there's some secret backroom peace deals trying to be negotiated. I know you guys would like it to be you Russia, and it could be from Putin's chart, quiet negotiations around territory and land or money and financing or something like that to do with war, maybe war reparations or something like that. Like, okay, we'll close this down. You keep the land, Russia, but you need to pay for fixing the damaged buildings and the rest of Ukraine. I'm not kidding. That's the only thing I can see this looking like as well. But it's all kind of happening behind the scenes. Now, next thing is, but I'll talk about it for your sign, but it's still a positive energy between these two. And because Venus is the ruler of this part of the sky, Libra, which is the ascendant of the nation of Il in the Middle East. Starts with I, ends with L. This is definitely making me feel very Netanyahu over here, but also hidden behind the scenes. Hopefully peace. Hopefully something good is trying to happen. What else can I tell you? That's it. Then we have the last thing that I want to mention. Now you'll notice this big blue triangle called a big water trine here, and it is particularly positive. It's not quite a kite yet. That will happen on December 9th. We'll have more kite energy here, which can be massive energies for the world. But take a look at Mercury at 22 degrees of Scorpio, and notice that with Jupiter here at 24 degrees of Cancer, the energy between them is very flowing. But the problem, I think, to some degree in a way, but it's still an aspectual connection, watch me go, to Saturday, right? So I'm going to say you'll really start to feel it, Wednesday to Saturday, Sunday. We all will, and it's very positive. Jupiter's moving this way. Jupiter's moving this. Oh, come on, Lori. Jupiter's moving this way. He's retrograde, and Mercury's moving this way. So like ships in the night, right? They're going in different directions in a way. As they come together, it's kind of interesting the way it's going. Well, they're not chasing each other. In a way, they're heading towards each other because ultimately Jupiter's heading this way, right? He's trying to go up to rise on the eastern horizon. And then, so we can say that what they're doing actually is that they're far away, technically by degree, like they're going this way, but they're actually moving toward each other. So this could be quite positive. With Jupiter in Cancer, where the United States sun is, and with Mercury in Scorpio, which from the United States Sibley chart represents backroom deals and negotiations, there may be some serious backroom deals and negotiations going on by people in power in the United States of America. And we'll see what that looks like. And again, I tried to guess what it could be about. I'm not sure. But for all of us individually, this will feel good. We will not mind this experience at all. And there would probably have been 3 passes of Mercury and Jupiter. And so I might add that to your sign because of direct and retrograde and direct motion Mercury. I'll get those dates for you now. So when we do your sign, I'll say, try to connect these 3 dates. What is Mercury's message in a positive way? Mercury and Jupiter is very beautiful energy. It can bring commercial success, good news. It's good news, really just means good news. But in Scorpio, good news, it might have been hidden or secretive, or true news, good news, or true news, or truth revealed news, but good news as well, just good news. So our signs are all going to feel a little good news perk coming through this week ahead. Guys, you got to take these dates down because you won't believe it. Like, this is what we're covering for your sign. And oh my God, I cannot believe this. Let's get this bigger for you. Okay, this is just a screenshot from astro.com, AstroSeek, Astro-Seek. And these are exactly what happened. Oh my God. Like, buckle up, guys. October the 24th, 2025, Mercury was trining Jupiter at 24 degrees of Scorpio, and he was direct motion. And then November 22nd, yet again. And then here we come December 6th. It's exact. Why does this matter? It matters because October the 24th, by the way, I don't know what Candace Owens was up to, but that is only like 5 days later, Erika Kirk touches JD Vance's hair at the Turning Point USA event that she spoke at for the first time since her husband died. And then this is November 22nd, and 2 days before that, it was Candace Owens disclosing that Egyptian jets were following her around for several years, strangely enough. But more importantly, November 22nd is when Candace Owens announced that on X that she was under an assassination order or a hit order by the French government. And that is literally the date that she put the Twitter post out, to 22nd, or maybe the 23rd, 22nd. And she hasn't had her channel open since then. She's not been showing up. So you can definitely expect that both the Kirk and Owens stories are taking a really big nosedive into the truth, because Jupiter represents the truth. and Mercury represents the information or the news. So look for things going close to the 5th, 6th, and 7th this week ahead for those stories to return in your own life. I'm going to connect you to October 24th, November 22nd, and December 6th as Mercury and Jupiter continually hooked up. And I want you to remember those dates. Take them down. October 24th, November 22nd, and December 6th are the 3 passes of one story. And we're going to go ahead and start your reading. Yes, we are. We're going to start with Aries, sun, moon, and rising sign. My Monday videos are the shortest videos of all. I try to keep them under an hour and 15 minutes. So let's get rolling. You guys are looking at like, okay, what happened October 24th, November 22nd, give or take a day, obviously. And it's going to really pick up speed again close to the 6th of December in a positive, really beautiful way. That is Mercury trining Jupiter. Wow. And of course, we see that it's part of a bigger, beautiful backdrop of Saturn trine Jupiter. That's a grand trine, but we're going to fixate on this little story here. To me, it looks like you're going to have some information or news that's good or positive that connects you to taxes, rebates from insurance rebates, tax rebates, financing, mortgages and loans, things to do with good news regarding legacy wealth and inheritance money, things to do from you or your spouse's family, positive developments regarding prosperity and wealth generated from your home that comes in a chunk. Positive money, chunky money is the 8th house. It's the house of the in-laws. So it could be some positive news coming through with financial positivity for you regarding the in-laws in your chart, in your life, if you have in-laws, of course. And sometimes with Jupiter in the 4th house, it represents family or children. He's retrograde. So there may be some kind of positive news going on with children or extended children in your extended family, and some really good news as well. It's Mercury in the 8th house, so it's under wraps. It's secretive in the 8th house. It's Mercury and Scorpio. So positive secrets revealed to do with maybe your in-laws, your extended family, and maybe even things to do with inheritances. I have to say that is true in this chart. Not that you were looking for an inheritance, but Saturn is the elder in the house of hospitals, and it could be a bit of a shocking surprise as the week progresses, right? When Mercury gets opposite Uranus, that there's some unexpected family money or in-law money or money that you didn't see coming to you. It was hidden from your view. I kind of think the Venus backdrop story, as she's kind of lounging in the invisible layer under the sun's beams, talking to Pluto, there's quiet energy positively aligning you with purpose and meaning in life. That's also going to lend itself to greater financial prosperity once Venus becomes more visible again and gets outside the sun's beams. We won't see her outside the sun's beams until the end of January for sure. So know that there's pieces of the puzzle being put in place. Not only could it line you with greater purpose, but it could also be pieces of the puzzle that could bring in love from a distant shore or a foreign land. And so there's another element for the singletons out there to see that could come into being your way, especially opportunities being plotted quietly but not executed for travel to a foreign land, but seeing evidence for the availability of that journey. Not yet, not until the end of January. Hang in there. I dropped the cards on the floor. Yes, I did. That doesn't work, does it? We need the whole deck. Let's get a spiritual message because Jupiter is good guru and Mercury is messenger. And let's get good guru messenger energy. You can see see that busy street behind me? There, that's where you always hear the sirens. All right. This is called good news. I just told you that Jupiter and Mercury are good news. Okay. Good news is coming your way. I'm reading it. Something beautiful is about to manifest. Feelings of elation like you're on a cloud. It's time, Aries, to celebrate the wonder and beauty in your life. You might want to screenshot that little one and post it on your desktop. So get ready for that vibe coming through Jupiter and Mercury. And don't forget to go back in time. Don't forget to look how it might connect to October 24th, November 22nd, and kaboom, close to December 6th, Mercury and Jupiter. Let's go on to the Taurus folk. I hope that you guys like this kind of stuff, like the card draws with the astrology. If you do, let me know in the comments. If you really hate it, let me know too. All right, guys, we're moving into the Taurus story and Taurus sun, moon, and rising. You can listen for all of them, as I always tell you. So first of all, Taurus, let's move you to you, right? It'd be nice if you're actually showing up. I've got this queued for December 6th, but we're talking about the week ahead. And hopefully you watch the intro so you know the whole lay of the story. So in the sky, as a Taurus being, I want to mention right away that Venus, the Lord of your sign, is around December 1st to the 3rd, Monday through Wednesday, really loving up Pluto here. And that she'll be back here. And it's kind of like there's some hidden variables going on with your in-laws or your finances to do with taxes or chunks of money like commissions, getting a commission check or a Christmas bonus check. And this is kind of taking it to the bank, right? Ka-ching. Because Pluto is career and power and wealth, and Venus is money. And you might already have had experience of that. My daughter is a Taurus sun, and she just got her bonus check yesterday. And this is already, like yesterday being November 28th, but she probably won't get receipt of the money, maybe literally until this week ahead. So it's money in the bank, but it's some good kind of chunk of money coming to you. But because Venus is invisible, you might know it's coming, but you don't see it yet. You have to wait for like the pay stub or the check to arrive. Same thing with tax rebates, insurance payouts, but it's also connected to career and reputation. So some of that stuff is here and coming through for some financial uplift in a chunk of money for all of you, and evidence for it existing in the first 3 days of this week, and maybe existing and showing up, or maybe you just know that it's there, but it takes a while to be visible for you. Now, as we move over to Mars, Jupiter and Mercury in that hookup, like they did October 24th, November 22nd, now we'll be doing December 6th. Always bracket that by a day or two on either side of those dates. You're going to notice that Mercury is in the house of marriage and Jupiter's in the house of travel, for example. Unexpected, surprising travel opportunities with a significant other. Did you travel anywhere or think about doing that on the dates I've already given you? Another element to consider with this is Mercury trining Jupiter could be telling us that your partner's going to have some really good news. Like if you're in a relationship, your significant other has some really good news and they're excited by their good news and telling you all about it and saying, let's celebrate, let's go to dinner, let's go to a pub or whatever, because third house is your local neighborhood environment, including all the places you would inhabit there. Finally, also, if you have to sign a contract, Mercury is like the ink and the details to sign the legal contract in the 7th house of legal contractual vows and agreements. And you might be able to sign a very auspicious, a very positive legal document because Jupiter's retrograde, you've been working on it for a while. Jupiter's in the house of businesses as well. So maybe, and Mercury rules the entrepreneurial. So signing a contract to start an entrepreneurial endeavor or to sell an entrepreneurial business. Mercury is marketing and merchandising. And finally, if you're a writer or something like that, or an online social media person, something really good is happening here. I don't know what it is. You could be getting very wealthy or prosperous from a social media or online thing that you're doing. And you're really hitting the mark in the way that you're getting good news about it from your audience or marketplace. That's the 8th, 7th house storylines. Given that Mercury will be opposite Uranus as well, closer to December 9th, there's a vibe here, like could look like some unexpected, super surprising, slightly shocking things going on in the life of your significant other. But they're probably positive because of the Jupiter flow. With Saturn's involvement, you might get a wedding proposal out of this or a marriage proposal or something along those lines. All righty. Those are some really good things that are happening here for you. Let's go ahead and draw a card. Don't forget, you want to try to figure out why Mercury had to 3 passes. So go back to October 24th, around November 19th, and finally now. Those things are all interconnected in some way. Some of you, just FYI, Jupiter can be lucky, prosperous, expansive, positive changes of neighborhood. So if I think of my Taurus daughter, she was thinking of finding a new place in the end of October. Then she found a place in November and signed a contract close to the 27th, or no, the 22nd of November. And possibly this is a new stage in that contractual agreement, a new development to do with a new neighborhood, a bigger, better neighborhood. I'm giving you examples, okay? And now we're going to draw a card. Don't forget, why spiritual cards? Because the spiritual deck called Spirit Oracle by 54 guidance cards. And the deck is created by Tony Carmine Salerno and it's Blue Angel Gallery of Australia. I have no idea where I got this deck years ago. But the reason I'm going to draw the card right now is because Jupiter is guru, dispeller of darkness, truth, and wisdom. And we want that in our lives. So let's see what we get in a spiritual knowledge card. Oh, can you feel me? Don't forget, it is your marriage house. This is like the cosmic lovers here. Can you feel me? It's Mercury in the marriage house or connected love, committed love, Okay. Your feminine aspect is awakening. Feel the goddess energy inside of you. She seeks Taurus acknowledgement and validation. New and wonderful things are coming into your life. Wake up and celebrate. I do not think this is a new relationship with Venus invisible in the 8th house, unless it's a secret relationship. But for those of you in a relationship, it feels good. But just look at the general idea. New and wonderful things are coming into your life. Wake up and celebrate. Okay. Are there negative cards in this deck? Probably. But it might be a feel-good deck. Gemini, sun, moon, and rising sign. Hello. You have this energy of Venus in a visible condition in your 7th house of significant long-term love relationship. And we also see Mars invisible with the sun. This can bring separation or invisibility in your marriage or long-term committed love. Like maybe you're at a distance from each other or there's time apart, for example. I wouldn't necessarily attempt to start a new relationship under the sky. You don't want your love goddess invisible during an inception of a new relationship. So don't date right now, please. I wouldn't anyway. But anyway, Venus is hooking up with Pluto, and Pluto is like, okay, the power of love and the love of power in a Dharma house, in a purpose house, in a meaning house. You might be leaning into some kind of new meaning, but is under wraps and you're thinking about it and how you want to reach out to an audience or marketplace, or even maybe consider a new relationship with somebody in a foreign land or a distant place, but it's still hidden from view. So that's what's tricky. Wait till the end of January to get more of a beat on what she's planting here, because she will co-join the sun in January. You have to wait for her to come outside the beam. So there's just something like almost like a hidden promise of a love story that could come your way, maybe connected to distant shores, foreign people and foreign lands. And if you're already married, then it's some purposeful, meaningful thing that's coming your way, or a connection to a positive financial opportunity with a foreign energy and a legal contract that would be pending. Okay. It's always hard to tell what an invisible planet's up to, because the invisible planet's invisible, but she rules your romance house. So she could be hatching an invisible love story. And it may mean that some love is about to blossom, but wait until the second half of January at least, and then she'll become more visible. Now, what about this? Mercury and Jupiter are flowing together. We'll see it really exact Friday, Saturday, Sunday. What are they trying to do? They're trying to make some kind of good news come your way, like October 24th, November 22nd. And here we have December 6th, a 3 pass in the news story of it all. This is a money house, good financial money news here. This is a job and work house, money, job, work, earnings, positive developments, certainly with Saturn in your career space. Of course, you're stabilizing mastery and authority in some career endeavor. So you could definitely see about Jupiter retrograde, right? It's coming from the past. Like you knew it was, you deserve it. It's supposed to be coming for you. Jupiter is in the house of earnings, and Mercury's in the house of employees, good developments, positive news, positive developments with an employee. I have a progressed Gemini sun, and I hired a wonderful guy, Christy, to work for me. He approached me. We were working on the idea at the end of October. He was hired in November. And now we're going to see what happens next. I tie that to an employee story for my Gemini progressed sun, for example. If you're looking for work and you don't have work, this will bring work, okay? But you might have to say, oh yeah, third week of October, like October 24th, November 22. It's been a slog. I finally figured it out. Really good for rental property opportunities, leasing something, renting your property out or leasing a new property to live in, and maybe also really good for good news regarding pets or getting a pet, okay? Also really good news for your health if it involves a dietary change. And you go get your blood work done, you've let go of all the bad stuff, and you get great news back from your doctor. That kind of thing can happen under the sky. Now, let's go ahead and let's draw a card for you and see what we get in the Guru Jupiter's guidance for you as we look at this time frame of the week of the 1st of the 7th of December. Got a card coming. Whoa! I'm on my A game again. This is message from afar. Message from afar. Why does that matter? Because Pluto is in your house of people from faraway places, and Venus in the 7th house is flowing to Pluto this week, especially the first 3 days. 3 days, Monday to Wednesday. Message from afar. But Mercury's the messenger too, and he's messaging you as well from the money house. The work house to the money house. Message coming from afar. Expect positive and refreshing news. A great outcome for all. I just like it. Let's see what messages from afar we're going to get. That feels very much connected to the Venus-Pluto story as well. Alrighty, we're moving into the next sign. Let's see if I can get the chart actually showing before I switch you over to my messy desktop. Slightly, eh? Why you're seeing my messy desktop? Well, because my software on my MacBook Pro is not jiving with the Zoom anymore. I have my old software, my old MacBook Air, and I can still do the old stuff on it, but here I can't. Here we have the next sign, which is Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Yeah. Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. What the heck? Venus, Pluto, Monday to Friday. Backdrop, positive flow between, Saturn and Jupiter. You might have some hidden, secretive developments that are positive regarding work opportunities, pet situations, health matters. But because Pluto's in a money house, I think it's more money. You might be getting ready for an unexpected Christmas bonus, a major ka-ching in your coffers, some money coming from property rentals, and some positive developments regarding your children and their finances, a debt repaid by some way you can pay off or pay down a debt, because Venus is invisible and you won't see her visible until in January. I think probably near the end of January. You're probably going to have to wait to see the full results. So I'll give you a tip. It's coming, but you can't see it. You might suspect it. Positive finances are coming your way in the ways I just described to you. Now, more importantly, this week ahead, Jupiter is flowing in a beautiful path towards these two, Mercury and Jupiter, in a way that you could have some good developments that affect you in your Cancer career, Sun, in your domestic home life, Cancer, Moon, or in your identity, your health, and your body, and the character you play, Jupiter, Cancer, Rising. So you are getting Jupiter's blessings right now, right? The closer your rising sign, Sun, and Moon is to 24 degrees of Cancer, the more intense this is. And you're going to see the flow to Mercury in the house of children. And by the way, Saturn in the house of grandchildren. So I could suspect that some of you might be finding out you're going to be a grandparent. That's the news that's coming your way. So don't forget, go back to October 22nd, November 22nd, and now December 6th, because those are the Mercury dots to Jupiter here. And so there's a theme that keeps repeating, right? And so you might hear like 1, 2, 3. And with Mars, the ruler of your house of children, in the 6th house, it could also be news that one of your kids has got a new job opportunity, or maybe is going to move or rent a property somewhere, and it just feels a really good feeling. And maybe you can connect the dates in the past and see how those 3 passes have worked out. Mercury's in the house of creative and entrepreneurial business endeavors. Maybe you're going to have some good marketing, selling, commercial success on something you've been creating, especially if it involves podcasting or publishing, book publishing in particular, which Saturn in the 9th house. And all said and done, it's a beautiful dharmic energy. It really feels like you feel blessed by the universe to align with meaning, purpose, and significance in your life. Things are gelling here. Things are lining up. Let's go ahead and draw a card for you and see how that looks in terms of Jupiter Guru, spiritual guidance and wisdom, because that's what Jupiter can deliver under the best of circumstances. And he's exalted in Cancer. Sacred knowledge. Jupiter's got knowledge, and it could be sacred. You're the holder of it. Jupiter's in your sign. So ancient and sacred knowledge is waiting within the heart of the earth and yearning to be discovered. Crystals hold the key and connect energetically with the earth and her crystal realm. Healing, love, and abundance. Healing, love, and abundance result. Sacred knowledge. And it's an interesting card to have. And the Jupiter does represent that, and he is in your sign, right? He's there in your sign. Whether you use crystals or not, in what ways are you tuning into that archetype of sacred wisdom and knowledge this week ahead? Let's move ourselves into the next sign. Yeah, I'm going to try to work this out a little bit better next time. Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising sign. It's kind of cool to see that you've got some real estate things going on. Mercury's in the house of property, home, land, real estate, domestic life, the living situation, the private life. And he's been pinging Jupiter here in your 12th house. So that started to happen October 24th, November 22nd, and here we go, December 6th, give or take a few days. For some of you, you might be negotiating deals regarding property and real estate and land and connecting yourself to a new property connected to far off shores and distant places. Some of you could be commercially successful, making money and borderless income and digital revenue from things you're doing home in your home life, commercially successful at home. Good news could come from somebody who's in a hospital setting and there's positive developments with their well-being and their health. That can include some good news about the health of pets. And you might also be noticing that with Mercury down here in the fourth house, this is a strange one, but childhood secrets can be coming to your visible status where you're seeing things about your childhood or learning or hearing about them. And you just didn't know about it. So now this is good to hear. You're glad the revelations are positive. Finally, sometimes with this kind of setup, there might be an elder grandparent setup where there's some money coming to you from an elder grandparent, whether they're passing away or they just want to give you money. Those are themes, or elder parent, very old parent that I could see. With Venus in the house of good fortune, invisible, right? She can't see or hear. And she's talking to Pluto for wealth and power. That's the first half of this week. There definitely can be some money coming your way from somewhere. This can also be coming from the in-laws side of the family as well. But because she's invisible until maybe the third week of January, you won't see that yet. You won't get a tangible result. And oh, goodness gracious. This is the kind of chart where one of your kids is not telling you that they're pregnant. There's that possibility as well. A secret pregnancy from one of your children being hidden from you as they debate whether or not to keep the child. Okay, them or their partner. So you might want to dig into that as well. That's the story I'm potentially seeing happen here as well. What we're going to do is we're going to grab a card from this super spiritual deck. You cannot be kidding me. It fell out for you. It's like a pregnant woman. It's called La Nature. Really? You have Venus in the house of fertility and pregnancy, or the house of children. It is also a house of creative and entrepreneurial projects. And it's you will give birth to something new, something beautiful. An idea manifests, the beginning of a new and wondrous journey and blessings. Okay, Venus is in a pregnancy house. So she's in Sag, okay? She'll be there until until the 24th of December. And so what are you giving birth to? And Pluto says power and transformation. It's also the house of romance. I should have mentioned that. A hidden romance may be blossoming. That's going to transform your life. But because it's invisible Venus, are you telling nobody? Is it a secret? You're hiding it from the world? We'll see what that looks like. Oh, I think I shared this time without losing the graphic. How did I do that? Did I? I was just showing you the card. I must have. Okay. I don't even know how I did that this time. I'm recording. Yeah. Virgo, sun, moon, and rising, Mercury, the lord of your sign, very busy hooking up with Jupiter. Pay attention. But as the week begins, Monday to Friday-ish, we have Venus flowing to Pluto, visible Venus, fourth house of home, property, land, real estate, love, romance in the home, hidden Venus, hidden Mars. There's a kind of, maybe we're going to move. Maybe it's time to change my home. Maybe it's make changes in my home. Maybe to renovate my home. Maybe beautify my home. But she's not visible. So maybe you're just making the plans. I don't see it with the hammer or the paint in your hand yet. Mars can also be getting you ready to move your home, right? And Venus is sextiling Pluto in the house of rentals. So it could simply indicate there's really property and home and moving energy going on here this week ahead, but you're not actually moving your home. You're preparing the way or in some fundamental manner. This is also really good for securing a pet, getting ready to get a pet, to order a pet, to purchase a pet, to get the breeder signed up for a pet. This is also the energy that maybe, possibly, there's a lot of pleasure and enjoyment in the privacy of your home. A little like fun in the hay kind of thing, especially with Mars there as well. Now, as we move forward, Venus, you're going to notice that Mercury, Virgo. I'm sorry, I just got over this frigging flu that I went to Mexico. I got on a plane full of people. I got back and I had a 2-day headache and a 2-day sore throat and then an exhaustion for 3 or 4 days. I think I had the C again, but if you had enough times now, you just get a light version of it. I called it a flu, but I don't think it was a flu. I think it was the other thing. I still have a in my throat. Virgo, I only tell Virgo because you guys are the sign of health. Virgo, Mercury is talking to Jupiter in your 11th house of windfalls and pennies from heaven. Now, you might have already experienced a feeling of great gratitude for some kind of financial windfall or blessing. My Virgo rising daughter got a massive bonus pet check for her first year at a corporate job. She's never done this before, and she's had a great review, and she got a giant corporate bonus check. And this happened only 2 days ago. And so that's playing out already. What more windfalls can you feel here? Jupiter wants to expand them. Go back to October 24th. And go back to this is November 22. And then go back to now December 6th. There's more windfall energy playing through, give or take a few days. Mercury brings you the news. This is the email, the phone call, the text. Third house is that digital social media land as well. This could also be good news coming through from a sibling, and especially younger and older. It doesn't matter, one younger, one older. There's exciting positive news connected to a sibling. Now with the moon there and Venus in the house of family of origin, maybe a sibling's telling you that they're pregnant or they're going to be making babies or something along those lines. You could also have some exciting positive news connected to career, prosperity, and gains if you work in a local local business, like you have to go to work and commute to get there. Even more good news, raises and promotions, for example. You contractual terms of service and agreements, giving you more authority and power in the workplace, or maybe more time to work from home than you have now even. But these are all very positive work developments as well. Mercury rules your 10th house of career, and he's giving you some good news, right? And it feels like a chunk of money or windfall or a perk, a reward, a gain in the workspace, right? You're at the corner office, you got more money. You know, if you're your own boss and something's going really well for you in that regard. All righty, let's go ahead and grab a reading for you on the sacred oracle. Spirit Oracle. Why? Because it's fun and it's spiritual, and Jupiter is the guru, and the guru's talking to you from the house of great gains and windfalls and long-range goals and dreams. Ooh, it's a spiritual one. A place beyond time. Place beyond time. Do not get so caught up with the everyday drama of life. All right. Close your eyes, focus on your breath, and allow it to carry you into a peaceful space inside your heart, an eternal place beyond time filled with love. Goddess of Love is in the 4th house of your private life. Well, that's what you got. That's what you got. So I got this top. It's silk, and it's made in Italy, but it's one size fits all. And I do not have big shoulders. So if I'm always moving it around, that's not me stimming as an autistic person. That's just a top that's bigger than I prefer. All right, we've got this for you guys, Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Good news is Venus, the goddess of your sign, is flowing to Pluto. Don't mind that at all. She's invisible, though, so it might be some kind of delay or something's percolating, but you can't see results quite yet. And it could be money, an increase of salary, an increase of financial gain through entrepreneurial or creative endeavors, especially writing, especially teaching. Online social media as well, financial improvements, especially if you're artistic, creative, or have your own business because of where Pluto sits. Travel opportunities are percolating, but with Mars and Venus invisible, maybe not yet ready to be taken, but you might be plotting the travel plans. You might be maybe thinking of booking the tickets. It's safe to do that here. Mercury is in direct motion, and it could just be the hatching of travel plans for your life. If you're single, it's probably unlikely to meet somebody under this, but it does have Pluto in the house of romantic love. There might be an invisible love story percolating. It could be somebody in your local neighborhood is crushing on you. It could be somebody in the online world is crushing on you, and you don't know it yet, right? They're just looking at you from a distance and going, "Oh, I'll have to tell her that or him that I'm in love, but I'll have to wait till the direct motion." And the direct motion, the visible Venus isn't happening until January. But I bet you there's some hidden admirer here. I'm going to grab his foot still hanging there. I got my sweats on because it's comfortable, but I need to get my leg up. Don't ask. Thank you to a few of you. I really appreciate your help about my unstable SI joint because I'm hyper flexible and all of that. I took took heed of your advice, and I actually had one of you email me some great videos that they had created to help me learn to strengthen my SI joint. So that's why I'm just moving. I need my leg in a different position and my joints angled differently. Okay, Mercury. It's got messages and news for you. It's financial. It's coming through closer to the end of the week, Thursday through to Sunday, as we see Mercury flowing to Jupiter. And Jupiter is in the top of the sky, career, money, reputation, earnings, visible success in the sky, connected to things you've done in the past, because Jupiter's retrograde. And I love that moon up there, popular public appeal in something you're doing in the work or the visible space or the head of the boardroom or in front of the world. And I do want to mention that with Mercury here in your second house of money, earnings, and resources, he's tapped that Jupiter story for this greater success 3 times. I said it in the beginning, October 24th, November 22nd, and December 6th should connect one story in 3 separate parts. And with Saturn giving you authority, mastery, and stability in the work front, this is also definitely connected to work, career, and earnings. It's an Artha love up, and it's the last gasp of a story that began on October 22nd. Saturn rules the house of rentals, and Mercury's in the house of money, and Jupiter's in the house of career. So all of those things have got this beautiful glow as we go Wednesday through to Sunday. Looks like some of you want to get a pet. You do. You do. You do. Are you going to do it yet? I'm not sure, but I see pet in this energy as well from here to here. Okay. All right. So we go ahead and we draw a card. And, pets are good for our soul. You know that, right? I mean, I don't have one now and I miss it. Yes, it's just good news. You're the second to get it. Jupiter, good. Mercury, news. But it's good news on the money front. Okay. So money news, good news, good news, good news. And here it is. Good news is coming your way. Something beautiful is about to manifest. Feelings of elation, like you're on a cloud. It's time, Libra, to celebrate all of the wonder and beauty in your life. Wow. I mean, come on, guys. That's fabulous. So I think Aries got it too. Like, you got to be kidding me. That's great. I don't know how I fix it, but I'm sharing without having to wobble all over the place. Interesting. Scorpio, sun, moon, and rising sign. So Venus is busy doing a thing. Let's just start there, Monday to Wednesday kind of vibe. Invisible in your money house, talking to Pluto in the 4th house. It's kind of like there's opportunities around money and home and wealth and home. This can look like, selling a home, buying a home, inheriting a home. Those are things that could happen here. But there's invisible Venus. And so time has to pass maybe till mid to end of January for her to pull it off and show you what this initial energy is about. But it could be something to do with those themes I'm mentioning. And possibly, because Mars is invisible here too with Venus, you could be looking at a change in your work or a change of job, but it's undercover. Like you're not telling your boss you're applying other places, or you've been hiding, your resume output from your current employer, or there's a new job opportunity pending, but it's not quite ready yet. And maybe you have to wait, and it's like kind of backroom deals or hidden negotiations about a new opportunity in your career, and you're just letting it unfold, and maybe have not announced it to the world, or maybe the job opportunities like in multiple interview stages. And Venus is trying to help you get the job because she's with the sun, the ruler of your 10th house here, helping heal a chironic wound of work that has never really been right for you, right? And Scorpio, admit that. So good things happen around those things in the first 3 days of the week. Monday to Wednesday, but then Mercury's in your sign and he's going to hook up with good news Jupiter. So there's some good news and positive information and revelations coming from your 9th house. Now, the 9th house is kind of like human resources, headhunters, that could be something. It's also good news coming from the place of foreign lands, visas, and passports. And with Saturn in the 5th house of leisure travel, maybe there's some good news around opportunities for romantic or leisure travel or visas or passports in foreign lands and foreign shores at last. Maybe there's something good also to do with legal outcomes, especially if you're having to negotiate a legal contract or that you wanting the judge to decree something on your behalf that's very favorable. I think you'll get it this week, seeing through that time to the, Thursday through to Sunday. Go back to December the sorry, go back to October 24th, November 22nd, and then, of course, December 6th. Those are all connections between Mercury and Jupiter in 3 stories that should have one theme embedded in them. Okay, go try to find the connected dots. I don't know if you are into writing and you're an entrepreneur or creative or social media, then this is some good developments in your creativity, your art, your social media. You get picked up by an international success story, get picked up by a publisher for your book. Those are the good news stories here as well. And there's a slight angle on fertility or grandchildren. Good news about you're going to be a grandparent, or good news that you're going to be a parent. Let's go ahead and let's draw a card from the very spiritual Spirit Oracle deck, and let's see what we have for you today. Whoa, the pregnancy card again. Every time I mention fertility, this is the second person to get it. La nature. Look at that belly. Or what are you pregnant with? You could be pregnant with a baby business, a creative artistic project, with a grandchild coming, or a child. I had a Scorpio tell me in the comments that they are a Scorpio and they just got fired from their real job and they're starting their own interior decorating painting company or something like that. That's exactly what I mean by being pregnant with a business. You will give birth to something new, something beautiful. An idea manifests. To that person in the comments who told me that, I congratulate you. Here you go. An idea manifests, the beginning of a new and wondrous journey and blessings. And that's what I told her. I said, congratulations on your new creative direction. All right, moving on to the next story. I need water. Let me take a glug. I don't know about you guys, but I drink probably 8 glasses of water a day. I think because I'm talking a lot. Sagittarius, Venus is in your sign. You don't mind that. Very much a beauty look for you. I bet you look good right now. I bet you're feeling better about yourself. People like you too. You're persuasive, but it's also invisible Venus. You might be doing invisible wardrobes, invisible cosmetic stuff, invisible new you, invisible self-worth training. You're kind of working on the lowdown about being more likable, attractive, and beautiful to the world. And as that's true, maybe to some extent for you, or if it's a Sag Sun, you're working on your career behind the scenes, or Sag Moon about changes in your home life, this whole energy is flowing to Pluto Monday through Wednesday. I do like it for you, but there's delays until January, second half when she's more visible. But she's hatching some concoctions or some plans. It could do with a new neighborhood, moving your home to a new neighborhood, moving your home to another country. She exalts your house of home and real estate, and even giving you an exciting and unexpected and shocking opportunity for a rental property. But all of this stuff to rent a home, your home out, to rent a new home, to change your home to another land or just a shore. Some home changes could come off of this, but it's going to be kind of like they're there, but they're not quite available yet. You mean the kind of thing you hear about, a friend who's going to be gone to another country for 2 years and their mansion's available for a friend to rent for half price. That would be an example of really? Okay, I'll take it. Yeah, why not? Now, as we go into later in the week, and good news with siblings as well, or good financial developments, especially with a sibling, one younger, but siblings older, one older and one younger, and some good developments that support you on a financial front through developments in the life of that sibling. Now, because you also have Mercury in the house of backroom deals and negotiations, flowing to Jupiter in the house of chunky money, inheritances, family wealth, and legacy wealth, and Saturn here, money from your significant other and their family line coming through to you both, money from your family line coming through into your chunks of money house. Sometimes, however, Mercury's backroom deals and negotiations to separate the assets in a positive way in a marital separation, a disagreement, agreement, ending of a relationship as well. You could get money from elder parents or grandparents or your in-laws as well. Now, this Mercury story, though, is connected to hospitals. So go back to October 24th, November 22nd, and on December 6th, is there an elder in the hospital? Is it elder parent, elder grandparent, someone your significant other's parents or something like that? Is something going on there? This is the third part of that story, right? Health of a pet. Unexpected developments and challenges with the health of a pet in 3 parts that I've just given you. But the good news is Jupiter is good, right? Good guru Jupiter. You're definitely looking like you're trying to come into some chunk of money. And it may be connected to land, home, property, real estate, legacy wealth, or divorce settlement monies. And 3 stories, 3 parts. I gave you the dates. Let's go ahead and see what the cards have to say for you on this particular storyline. This is, whoa, the Spirit Oracle. Jupiter is the guru. He is exalted in Cancer. Let's go see. You Sagittarius rising especially have the same chart as the United States of America. Innocence. Innocence. Okay, so shame. The 3 primary human wounds are abandonment, betrayal, and shame. I think that's true. A guy who wrote a book about it, can't remember his name. It might be called The Body Code. I don't know. I read that years ago. And I like that because that's where Jupiter is, trying to heal the abandonment, betrayal, and shame wounds and give you some chunks of money. And it's about innocence. He's trying to bring innocence to you. And here are the words: innocence, purity, and joy. You are being encouraged to just be you. You are a light, Sag, of joy in this world, and expect positive outcomes to flow from your honesty and your pure intentions. You know, you got that chironic wound since 2019 in the house of true love, romantic love, sexual love. And perhaps those energies are still haunting you. Maybe you're not feeling okay about all of that. Lean into the innocence this week ahead. You're fine just the way you are. Capricorn, sun, moon, and rising sign. Venus hooks up with Pluto Monday to Friday. It's kind of like, okay, what are you going to do with that? Money, honey. This is money. This is earnings. This is resources. This is wallet and pocketbook increase. Now, this is complicated. This is behind the scenes, backroom deals and negotiations. It could connect to people in distant shores and far off lands. It also could connect to stock market investments because the sun rules your 8th house. And there's something percolating and hatching here, but, and I'll say but with a strong word, I'm not sure you're going to see the results at this time. Now, Venus is with Mars in the house of distant shores and foreign lands, and she does represent romantic love, and Pluto represents transformation, also speech, conversation. There may be a quiet and powerful conversation going on Monday through Wednesday about love, if love exists with geographical separation, basically. And there may be a profound conversation that shifts some of that or transforms it in some way. I'm sitting with a question before I say something of my mind, but Venus is the exaltation lord of siblings. Jupiter's in the house of a sibling 3 older than you. Mercury's in the house of sibling 1 older. I mean, there can be some major difficulties in the health of a sibling in your life coming through at this time. Now, it would also be a sibling that can also lend prosperity to your life in some way as well. So then we move into Mercury. Mercury is in your 11th house of windfalls, pennies from heaven, long-range goals and dreams, and career gains itself, as well as friends and friendships. And he's flowing to Jupiter in the house of committed long-term love, audience, and marketplace, and business partnership deals. I'm wondering here, what happened October, write these days down, October 24th-ish, day or 2 on either side. November 22nd, day or 2 on either side. December 6th, a day or 2 on either side. Get the idea. This is back for the last pass. It could be legal contracts to do with work opportunities. 1, 2, 3 passes. It could be matters connected to your long-term committed love, significant other relationship, and changes that are trying to work their way out as good news or positive developments. And because of the Saturn energy playing out in the background with Jupiter too, there may be some travel opportunities emerging connected to the last half of this week ahead into Sunday to plan or strategically maneuver for a trip connected to a relationship of some sort. But an invisible Venus, the goddess of love, will delay outcomes in a relationship. Even if you're planning a trip, I don't know. I think you're going to need her visible in the sky in Capricorn, which is going to happen in the second half of January, for the actual relationship to be a visible thing or a tangible thing if you're trying to concoct relationship success. Some of you might be concocting entrepreneurial success behind backroom deals and negotiations and behind the scenes in your downtime. You're invisibly plotting entrepreneurial world domination. Let's draw a spiritual card for you and see what we get. What is the Spirit Oracle tell us that Guru Jupiter in your house of others. Sometimes you attract a guru. Like when Jupiter, you attract people that are beneficial to you, prosperous, healthy, maybe famous and positive, but also just you attract, when Jupiter goes to your seventh house, you attract spiritual teachers. Okay. Oh, Kuan Yin. Like there is a spiritual goddess, Kuan Yin. And let's read it together. Enjoy the journey of life. Be not afraid of its mysteries. Take a chance and follow your heart, for you are being guided by an angel. If you have been wavering about proceeding with something that is dear to you, then this is your confirmation. Just do it. That's what I got for you. Let's move on. And if you like this kind of content where I do the cards as well, then let me know in the comments. If you don't, let me know in the comments. And tell me why, because the astrology is here as well. I think Aquarius, I'm one of you. I'm a rising sun and moon. Welcome to this club. Pluto with us. We're finding a new level of depth within our being right now, and will be till 2044. Right, we're plumbing the depths of identity for sure. Now that and transforming with it. But that aside, I always see that every time I look at our chart. Right. Venus is powering up with that Pluto in our sign right here. And this is windfalls, penny from heaven, long-range goals and dreams, friends, allies, and benefactors, career gains and perks, celebrity, and all the perks of success of our career in our 10th house. For the 11th is second from the 10th. And it's the gains of the 10th of our career and reputation zone, our public appearances, our public reputation, our social standing. It's like Venus is invisible. And she's planting a seed here, right? But she's with the sun too, which is your significant relationship house. So I got a couple things. There may be a relationship coming through Venus, not visible till the end of January, probably second half of January, where a relationship may emerge from a friendship. A friendship may become a relationship, or maybe somebody that a friend introduces you to a friend. There's something that wants to happen, but it hasn't happened. It's kind of invisibly trying to make its way towards you for single Aquariuses. Otherwise, you might have some invisible benefits from a friend, and they may be getting ready to offer you some support or help in something that you care about, but you haven't. Even if they offer it, it will be a delay for a visible result. That'll be later in January. Also, Venus is invisible and talking to Pluto. So it's definitely the power of love and the love of power and wealth that comes with it. And you would look at that Mars, who's also invisible, and that's a whole other story. And he's helping, Venus and Mars are together. You think, okay, something wants to change in the way you make money in your career, the way you receive the career gains and rewards, but the time isn't here yet. It's going to delay. It's going to delay until with Mars until March and Venus until the end of January. So you have to be patient with this, what looks like a windfall or a dream come true or something like that, or a love story in a social setting with a circle of friends. Like you could meet somebody in a community, like joining the book club, joining the yoga studio club, joining people in group settings, and you could meet a partner. But the invisibility tells me that it will be not seen to be true until later in January. But the seeds are being planted this week ahead. The first 3 days of the week, Sunday through to Wednesday. Then we move into Jupiter. Okay, so you got the guru and the dispeller darkness in the house of karmic debts. Good. That's positive every 12 years. You got health challenges, find solutions. Jupiter is going to make your work better, hire new employees, expand your employee base if you have them like I did. Or Jupiter here makes you enjoy the work. It's prosperous. It's more enjoyable. It's more profitable. It's more fun. Maybe it's more true for you. And he's been there since, June, and he's there till next July. That's the story. But he's talking to Mercury. Boom, boom, boom. Mercury, career, reputation, career, work. Things are changing, right? You have to go back and think about it. October 22nd, November 22nd. And then now December 6th. Mercury keeps tapping Jupiter. Good news, good news, good news. What is the good news, guys? What is it about? I hired somebody. Her name is Christy. This is the Christy hiring story, October, November, and now. Okay. December 6th, continuing to benefit from having a great dude on my team. But I think for you guys, it's kind of like it can be many different things because your sixth house of work, it includes employment, and you may have a beautiful opportunity for a new job. And if you're looking for a job, Saturn says it'll be a lasting, long, and stable and profitable new position in a company. Mercury does rule the entrepreneurial house, so that those things I said are true for entrepreneurs as well. So the shifts are happening with some good news energy coming up around December 6th. I do want to mention as well that, because Mercury will be opposite Uranus on December 9th, Jupiter's still in the sixth house, a very exciting new rental opportunity, chance to rent your property out, to rent another home, or even to rent maybe a temporary getaway home may be coming your way as well early in December. Now we're going to draw a card for you and see what we get from Guru Jupiter in the Wisdom and Spiritual Oracle called the Spirit Oracle deck. And I shared it earlier in the beginning for those of you who want to know. It's from Australia, probably really hard to find. I've had it for years. Sacred knowledge, Jupiter. Second person to get it. Jupiter is sacred knowledge, right? Wisdom and truth. An ancient and sacred knowledge is waiting within the heart of the earth, yearning to be discovered. Crystals hold the key. Connect energetically with the earth, her crystal realm. Healing, love, and abundance will result. Well, I see the abundance. As for connecting to the crystal realm, I have rocks all over my house, stones all over, but I also wear Otter spirit jewelry. And in my description box is your 20% off code. I'm always wearing their jewelry. When you see these beads on my thing, you get the discount by being a member of my team here, a follower, and they're all grade A gemstones. And I should promote them at the beginning of every video because I always forget that I'm wearing their jewelry all the time. Love their stuff. I don't get a commission. I just share it because I love it. And they send it to me for free to share it with you guys. So there you go. Finally, and best, and the most amazing, Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. You're so patient. Thank you for waiting. Especially if you're in the live premiere, hit the like button, subscribe. Let's break it down. Venus is hooking up from your 10th house of career and money and career and reputation to a money god. This is great for any Pisces wanting to make digital income, borderless revenue. And you'll see some success stories here closer to December the 3rd to, the 6th, 7th. Okay. That's great. The first, December 1st to the 3rd. And so, she's invisible. You ain't seen nothing yet. It's almost like she's just showing you a little bit about what she's capable of. Also, you might be looking at a new job opportunity, but you don't get it yet. This is the house of weddings. You may be secretly plotting a new relationship situation to plan a wedding or get married and stuff like that. Invisible, behind the scenes. No one else knows about it. It's under wraps. And same with Mars, new job opportunities. He rules your income from a new job, but you are under wraps. It's kind of hidden from view. It's almost like you're getting ready to take a new job or move into a new profession or get married, but it's kind of hidden from the world, probably till the mid to end of January, if it's a secret, Or there's a relationship, because Venus is love under the sun's beams. It's invisible. It's not really a visible story at this point. Venus is the ruler of your travel house, and Pluto, the transformative power of love, is in a distant shore. So the reason a relationship that could be involving your life in the 10th house of visible everything is because there's geographical distance or travel that has to happen first, perhaps. I want to go ahead and talk about the Mercury story. Mercury says news, information, and Jupiter says prosperity and wealth. Well, first of all, this is interesting. This could be news. You're going to be a grandparent. Okay, so look for that possibility around the 6th of December. Ask yourself what was going on with grandparenting themes, perhaps what was going on back in the day. October 24th, November 22nd, December 6th are all interconnected dates, give or take a few days on either side. However, Jupiter's in the house of romantic and sexual love, and he's flowing to Mercury in the house of foreign lands and foreign people and foreign shores and travel and academic and learning settings and community and spiritual communities. And, Saturn's in your sign. You're being realistic and sober-minded, but you want a dream come true because Neptune is that soulmate energy. And there's something about seeing what's really true and real because sober-minded Saturn and the tide is pulling back. Neptune's revealing, taking your rose-colored glasses off here, okay, regarding themes of love and romance. However, it doesn't mean it's bad because some interesting news is coming through. News that's good and true. Good and true news comes through close to December 6th. And Jupiter doesn't always give what we need, but what we want. So go back and track the earlier dates for what this might be. Certainly it could be a communication, a phone call, a text message from somebody who's abroad in another land, coming from a spiritual community, connected to book publishing deals. This is kind of like if you want to get a book publishing deal going for some of you, if that's a gig, this is a turning point and maybe some good news coming through. And I don't think that book publishing deals is the limit of it. You know, you can have some good news about a legal situation. You know what I mean? Like a court case or something. And it took 3 passes to get here. Well, I can't make this up. It's called Silver Vibrations. Silver Vibrate. Oh, I'm going to show you the cards. And then we're going to do a quick outro. Still about out of body and your personality. Silver Vibrations. Silver Vibrations. And funny enough, this is what it says. Love, partnership, magnetic attraction between 2 people. Jupiter's in your romance house. Mercury's in your foreign house or distant shores or, you know, something like that, spiritual community. You discover a deeper sense of self through a relationship with another. Okay. Keep that in mind. A deeper sense of self through a relationship with another. That's the only other way to put it. If you're with someone, it's true. If you want to be with someone, it's true. Let's go ahead and do the outro. And the outro is simply this. I've had more than one out-of-body experience. I've told the stories before. I'm not going to retell them here, but they've all been blindingly accurate. Like one of the simplest ones I've ever had is leaving my body, nursing my daughter, falling asleep with her in my arms. You know, maybe she was 2 months old, and then feeling like I lifted out of my body, and I went floating up this hill to the top of this. I lived in a property on a river, and near Annapolis, and there was a bowl of land behind my property, and you had to go up this big steep hill to a mailbox at the top on a road, a rural road, to get the mail. And in my dream, but no, it wasn't a dream. I was floating. I floated to the top of the mailbox hill, and I saw my husband and the neighbor talking, and I was listening to their conversation. And then I woke up and I was like, whoa. And my husband was in the kitchen. And I said, did you just come down from the mailbox? And he goes, yes. And I'm like, were you with David? He goes, yes. I said, were you talking about this? He goes, yes. So this stuff is real. And I've had more than one. But here's the thing I wanted to mention. When we talk about the moon in astrology, we're talking about our thinking, feeling complex. I think, I feel. You know what? Feeling and thinking are not reliable in life. Intuition is. Or intuition, as some people say from India and other places in the world. Intuition is. And intuition isn't a thinking feeling, it's a knowing. We don't feel it and we don't think our intuitive stuff. We can imagine it. You can use your imagination, because I get imaginal symbols when I used to see dead people coming to me. I could see them in my imagination, not with my eyeballs, and tell the client what they had messages for. Because I used to talk to dead people all the time for clients and was accurate. I don't do it much anymore. It doesn't really suit me anymore. But it's really also the knowing, right? Not the thinking and feeling. And the reason I'm bringing that up is because when you get out of your body, and I was out of an extended out of body experience, it lasted for a long time. I woke up with my fingers and feet numb, tingling, because I'd been out for a long time. I knew I had to get back. I had a feeling I got to rush back. When I was out of my body, I talked to my dead mom. When I was out of body, I did the X, Y, and Z, but I was gone a long time. But when I first went out of my body that time, I literally was greeted by a guide on the rooftop of the hotel in which I was staying. She came floating down to me, sort of like Cher in the Sonny and Cher era, with long black hair. I said, what's your name? She said, Tara. I said, hi, Tara. Nice to meet you. I know there's green Taras, red Taras, but I mean, I don't even know. It's just her name was Tara. And Lori has a personality that is extremely self-centered back then. All I want to know about me. I was in my 40s before my first spiritual awakening. And my normal personality would be, oh my God, let's sit down and talk. What's my purpose? What am I doing here? My marriage sucks right now. What am I supposed to do about that? Not my marriage. I was out of that, but I was traumatized by the way it ended, because my husband really did a sly trick on me at the end. It was really dastardly, and I was really traumatized. And I would have asked for advice on that. I was dating a guy I really liked, but I didn't know if it was going to last. And so I had all these like mortal questions and the thinking, feeling turmoil of the character in the mind and body thing, like the thinking, feeling, and if you think about it, it's our thoughts that create our emotions, right? We don't usually have, we have like states of ecstasy and bliss and wonder and awe and delight. These are states of awareness. This is a state of our soul. These are causeless states. Okay. But we have feelings. I'm angry, I'm sad, I'm mad, I'm tired, I'm grumpy, I'm rage-filled, whatever. But you don't get those states usually without a thought, like, how dare you do that to me? or I'm not worthy of anything, or I'm no good. The thought comes and the feeling comes. You don't want to trust those things. They're like mind parasites. I read the book by Colin Wilson, The Mind Parasites, back in my 20s, and it never left me. We are invaded by a mind parasite, and it fuels emotions that are negative. That's why I really don't like the trolls anymore. I don't even pay attention, because it sets me in my mind, body, emotional thinking complex, right? I try to straighten you guys out because I'm autistic. So I'm like, oh no, you misunderstood me. And I'm typing the explanation in the comments, and you guys are like still attacking me. So I stopped with that. I don't bother with this anymore because it's not worth it. I want you to think about it. I want you to think about how thinking isn't helping you and feeling isn't either. It's the inner knowing heart, this place between thinking and feeling. And the point of the out of body experience is when you're out of your body, you drop it. You drop that thinking, feeling, mind parasite. It's gone. Because I've been out of my body several times. And when I'm OBEing, when I'm out of the body, my personality, character, essence, the thing that leaves the body, doesn't give a flying F about all of the worries and the drama and traumas. And if you listen to near-death experience people, they tell you the same darn thing. So that's my outro. Let me know if you had a near-death experience or you've been out of your body. Let me know in the comments if being out of your body has led you to experiences or near-death where you realize all that thinking, feeling, angst, shame, betrayal, abandonment, poor me, victim complex, anger and rage, lack of forgiveness. It all falls away when the conscious essence of who we are leaves the body, whether it's in a near-death experience or an out-of-body, it's the same thing. The out-of-body just means I'm still corded to my body. Near-death means I'm uncorded and I have to plunk back in. All right, guys, thanks for listening. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss a thing. This video is dropping on Monday. The next video drop will be Thursday. I don't know what I'm doing Thursday yet, but you'll see something come out every Monday, Thursday, and Sunday. Ciao, ciao.